My friend and I are at a loss. It's our second year out of school, so we've all situated ourselves in Brisbane for uni or work. However, a good friend of mine has been left behind. This is a hard thing. He's 19. He lives in New South Wales, in a New South Wales country town. He's never had a job, doesn't have his learners. What a fucking loser. Parents enable his laziness. We've tried to help him socialize. We even set him up with an attractive girl to have sex with at a party. Even got them in a room together, no result. We've encouraged him to get a job as a last-ditch effort. We even came up with a ploy to give him a durry every now and then so he'd become addicted and get a job. Now he spends his time waking up at 3 a.m. in the afternoon playing video games by himself until early the next day while receiving money off his parents to fuel his day drinking and smoking. Oops.
Oh,
yeah, you just fucked him. In your opinion, is there anything else you think we could do? We care about the cunt and we never leave a man behind.
So
I was
sad.
also wondering if there has been any memorable friends you've left behind as life has carried on. Have a shit one.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Mm?
You've read Jordan Peterson's book 12 Rules for Life, right?
Yeah.
He talks about he has a friend in that book because he's from a small town as well.
Yeah.
Small town in Canada. And everyone moved. It's pretty much exactly the same story. Everyone moved away and there was just this one friend who
just didn't.
He didn't. And he eventually had to get a job because you have to at some point. You know, your parents kick you out or something. And he just got a job working at the bottle shop or the service station.
Yeah.
And that's where he worked for his whole life. And he was addicted to marijuana. He was addicted to substances because, of course, why would you want to commit yourself to your life? But here's the thing. Jordan Peterson is such a wise guy and there was nothing that he could do to save his friend.
You can't save people. You can display how much your life has improved and how you're moving. I mean, I'm a comedian. The people that I started with, I've left a lot of people behind in the stand-up scene.
And even
a lot of
people
before that,
from your high school.
Yeah, from my high school as well. There's
because especially there's such a disparity between you being, you know, the archetypal, the person who is following their dreams. That's so far removed from most people's reality. And you think about some people that you went to school with that, you know, you were playing Dungeons and Dragons with who are not thriving now at all.
Yeah, I have stories like that of me, what you're doing is you're literally going, come on, this is great. Isn't this amazing? And they're just walking or dawdling. It's like that movie from, what's that movie where the horse gets stuck in the mud that makes you feel sad? And he's like, come on, man, you got to get out of the mud. And the horse just doesn't move and he can't pull the horse out of the mud. And all the horse has to do is move and overcome, you know, and triumph. But at the end of the day, the horse has to do it. You can't do it for your friend, basically. And I think there is a level of duty and responsibility as a close friend to try, but not at the expense of your own life and your friends. Because at the end of the day, you are who you hang out with. And if your friend is choosing not to hang out with people more successful than him, so you probably shouldn't be hanging out with him because he's only going to drag you down.
Yeah.
And it's his life, as sad as that is.
Yeah, and it is his responsibility. And it's really difficult because then you can say, well, what's happened in his life which has made him act the way that he's acting? And you can kind of, in a way, spin it like it's not his fault and he just needs someone to save him. But you can't be his savior because you could give him literally every tool that he needs, which sounds like you're fucking trying to get him addicted to cigarettes. Like you're more than giving him the tools that he needs. But if you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Yeah. And if this guy, he's obviously seeing you guys being happy and seeing what it's like, but he's decided that's not for him at this point in his life.
Which is not your failure. He has decided not to follow your positive example. There's kind of nothing you can do.
It's like hanging out with winners,
you
right?
You have to hang out with people more successful than you. The reason why I got to the point that I'm at now, and I haven't made it, is because when I started comedy, I hung around Khaled Kalafala all the time because he was, and I still think is, one of the best stand-ups in the country. And I was like, I need to understand how the fuck he can do that. And just from hanging out with someone that was like 20 times better than me, I improved so much faster than I would have on my own or with people at my skill level. Because if you're surrounded by people that are even just as good as you, where you're not better, but also your friends aren't better, you will improve so slowly because there's no example to work towards.
So I think a part of what Lewis is saying is like, it's really towing the line, because you need to hang out with people. You need to take care of yourself, and you need to not hang around with losers. But then your friend needs someone in their life who is someone to aspire towards. So I think it's more complicated, because this is like one of the greatest tragedies of human existence, really. It's more complicated than we can properly answer. So I would say pick up that book if you can, because it's basically the same situation word for word.
Don't help people at the expense of you long term.